Why in the world would one of the most notorious smut peddlers file to run for California governor in the historic recall election? How could a single person stop the prosecution of a U.S. president dead in his tracks? Larry Flynt, gambling casino operator who is the publisher of Hustler magazine and a national hero of the free speech movement. He's here today to tell us how one person can make a difference in the political process.
Deficit of around $38 million.
Were those the issues that you were concerned about?
Well, of course, the state's in deep trouble, and I wanted to provide a simple way out. Mm-hmm. So my recommendation was that the government of California and the governor expand gaming regulations to allow private casinos in the states to have slot machines.
Illegal immigration, for instance. How do you stand on illegal immigration and driver's licenses for illegals?
Look, what Gray Davis did in terms of authorizing those driver's licenses was really embarrassing to anybody who lives in California. Illegal immigration has been a huge drain on this state forever.
This ad here was called to our attention. It says, Larry Flynt for governor, a chicken in every pot and a chick in every lap. Larry Flynt's Hustler Club, and this was run in the San Francisco newspaper.
Oh, wow.
And it's also on your website. On your website, you've asked them who should be the next governor of California.
Yes.
And what do they tell you?
Well, obviously they say me, but, that's largely biased. You got a lot of fundamentalists in this state, and I'm not their favorite person.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that? I'd like to hear it from you. Why do you think they don't like you?
I've let them know for 30 years that I feel that the church has had its hand on our crotch for over 2,000 years. And the government is just exceedingly moving in that direction, figuring if they can control our pleasure center, they can control us. So I'm totally at odds with organized religion. Something I'm very passionate about. In the last 2 decades in California, we have spent more money building prisons than we have building schools. And they're mainly just to warehouse prisoners that are there for nonviolent, drug offensive crimes. And we have to wake up and realize that we're not winning the war on drugs, and we need a new approach. And I think that approach should be is we need to spend more money on interdiction and less money on incarceration.
I really think that people ought to be able to say whatever they want to, no matter what, no matter how offensive it is.
Look, if that's what the First Amendment is for, is to protect offensive speech. If you're not going to offend anyone, you don't need protection of the First Amendment. That's what critics can't accept. So I said, there got to be some hypocrites on the other side. It's not only Democrats that do these kind of things. So I took an ad in the Washington Post offering $1 million for information leading to any congressman or senator having an illicit sexual affair. The following day, Bob Livingston resigned, and he did an interview with the New York Times. And they asked him what he thought about me. And he told the Times that I was a bottom feeder. So the New York Times called me for a comment. And I said, yeah, that's right, but look what I found when I got down there. After the House impeached Clinton, all the Republicans were asking for his head on a platter. And about half the Democrats were. And the other half of the Democrats were asking for censure. Now, that's the way he went into the trial in the Senate. And then when I literally brought the nation to a stop with the Livingston thing, because that just shocked everybody. The whole tenor of that trial in the Senate changed, and Clinton was acquitted. And I'm thankful for that.
Have you ever been recognized by the White House? Have you ever been to a state dinner, or have they recognized the service that you've been doing in the free speech arena?
Well, there's no upside to having our relationship with Larry Flynt. I think that people have to become proactive, and they have to see, if you're constantly turning people out of office every election where they can't become career politicians, then they're going to know the only way they're going to be able to stay in there is be responsive to the people. And I think once the American people understand that their vote counts and it really means something, and if they use it right, they can get results.
At fulldisclosure.net, just click on our streaming page, select the show you want to watch, and get ready for the only Emmy Award-winning show to uncover corruption, expose voter fraud, and have its editorials rejected by the LA Times. Streaming video of your favorite Full Disclosure episodes when you want to know what the politicians are really saying. fulldisclosure.net, the news behind the news.